Hi everybody, welcome to another installment of Indian Country Farms. I'm Matthew, and on the videography, as usual, is Susan. And we have at least part of the production staff over here on the carpet like they're supposed to be. The other one's standing down there in the hall. She's not sure. She's a little confused. It's alright. It's alright, Dipper. Anyway, I guess the last time we talked, we were canning bacon. I told you we'd get back with you about that. We are now. This is the finished product. Now you notice about the top half of that is grease, it's fat. We discussed this before. If you don't want to ingest fat, don't eat bacon. That's just all it comes down to. It's mostly fat, or at least half fat, even if you get the good stuff. Unless you have it prepared yourself from your own animal at your own processing plant, you're going to have a lot of fat. But don't worry about that. You never know. We could end up in a situation someday where we're not as concerned about eating fat. Trust me, your grandparents, great-grandparents, right around in there, they weren't quite so concerned. But anyway, it's good. It's really good for flavoring things. It's I have some chewing issues, of course, because of these store-bought teeth. Perfect teeth, right? Okay. I have a little trouble chewing, so this is, for me, this is really good because it's easier to chew. Susan, how do you like your bacon?
Burnt.
Burnt. Good and crunchy. So now I can spoon this into a pan, scramble fry it up, and there you go. It's nice and crunchy. So you can go either way with it.
The way it's supposed to be.
The way it's supposed to. Okay, here she goes. Anyway, and I used to like it that way too. But like I said, I can't chew too well anymore. I have a little bit of trouble swallowing. That radiation to the neck and head does that.
All the scar tissue.
All that scar tissue. Yeah, sounds like a band, doesn't it? Scar tissue. Hey, maybe there is a band by that name. I'm not sure. We're liable to be violating copyrights here. Oh no. But anyway, another thing that we've got a couple of other projects that we delved off into. This is chili. I love chili. Have a little bit of trouble swallowing just standard scramble fried hamburger. So I put this in the slow cooker, cooked it overnight, and then added the rest of the ingredients for the chili the next day. Let it simmer for a long time, get good and tasty, and then we hot packed it and pressure canned it. Of course, it's a low acid food. Anything is low acid, and that means the meat. It doesn't matter about the tomato sauce. That's not gonna make your acid. Your food acidic enough, bring down your pH enough. So pressure can, really good, easy for me to chew, easy for me to swallow, nice and tender. And here is another, that's pork, barbecued pork, and we got pork steaks on sale, really good looking pork steaks, not a lot of fat, not a lot of bone, trimmed down the meat. Put it in this, filled the slow cooker up, and it's a big old slow cooker. And took some homemade barbecue sauce. As a matter of fact, that's the batch right there. Susan gets the credit for that. I helped, but I only helped. I was her helper, and that was it. Made ketchup and barbecue sauce last year that, oh man, it's good. That's what they call slap your mama good.
Now, what did I ask Miriam about why it was taking so long?
Oh, yeah, I asked her if there was something we could do to speed it up, something to add that would speed up the thickening of the ketchup, because we've been cooking this stuff for like 2 days.
Right.
And what was the ingredient she told you?
Patience.
Patience, yes, you just got to have patience. Don't go throwing stuff in there, and I'm sure there's things... starch, permaflow, any number of things that would assist. Wanted to bring up a couple of things that we've done otherwise. I think we've talked about this one right here. That's meatloaf. Just made the regular meatloaf recipe that we always make, and packed it in jars and pressure canned it.
We go with the little smaller jar because there's only 2 of us here.
Yeah, if we make a large quart jar, and you want to put that in a wide mouth, whether you go with the quart or the pint, makes it easier to get out. Because that's a block. It's a block of meatloaf in there. Next time I do it, I'm going to squirt just a little ketchup right up on the very top, just to crown it.
Ketchup's good.
Ketchup's good. Oh yeah, it's the spicy stuff around here. Let me tell you. Yeah, Susan from up north. Up north. North? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Up north?
North.
There you go. North. Okay. And of course, this is our pressure can pork. That's in the cubes. Nothing added, just a little salt. As per canning instructions, follow your recipes. If you don't know if an ingredient is a preservative, assume it is until you can show otherwise. So, yeah, go ahead and use the quantity of salt, they say, until you know that you don't have to. But it's really nice to be able to come home. What we do with this usually is we make good old-fashioned American SOS. Just take a couple of big old spoonfuls of that, put it in a saucepan, mix up some water and flour, a little bit of seasoning. Pour that on top of the meat meat and the broth once it gets good and hot, and you make a gravy that's just unbelievable. Your meat's in the gravy. Put that on toast or mashed potatoes. You want to pull out some of that bread there. This is yes. This is what makes our SOS so good. Susan makes bread at home. And we keep talking about where we're going to have to do a bread making video. Of course, what that's going to do is that's going to necessitate Susan getting on the other side of the camera there. And, you know, I don't know.
Maybe I can just do my hands.
Yeah, she just do her hands, yeah. She used to not be camera shy. There used to be a camera hog. But I don't know. She's becoming more refined, let's say. But anyway, we'll go on. The bread, good stuff. We'll do that video if we have to just do a hand model thing. We'll do it. Meatloaf. Meats, canned meats. I'm going to highly recommend that everybody try this if you're inclined at all toward home preserving, home canning. You know, I did jerkies and whatnot like that for a long time, which can be cooked down and eaten.
So
but
what else do we have here?
But it's better to be able to spoon things out sometimes. We wanted to show you some other things too while we're at it. This right here, I think that's from 2010, but the label got into a little accident. That's spice pears. Very good. Good way to use the food. Put a cinnamon stick in there, and you've gone from just pears to spice pears, and it's really good.
Homemade salsa.
Raisins.
Raisins.
From the green grapes that we dehydrated ourselves.
Oh, and this is the stuff right
Strawberry
here.
rhubarb.
This is the stuff.
Oh, man. Lip smacking. Plum. Now, this is wild plum. They grow around here. They call them sandhill plums or Chickasaw plums. And we a couple of years ago, 3 years ago it looks like, were able to get a bunch. Pear butter from pears that were given to us. The barbecue sauce you saw earlier. Some pickled okra. Pickled squash and another pickled squash. Just a little different. My oldest daughter saw that okra. She'd come through the camera at us. But anyway, that's got us caught up. You see what's going on. We're preserving food. We're trying to use food. When we find food on sale, we buy it, preserve it. Just trying to make things a little easier on us. But anyway, that's about got us caught up for now. We're going to let you go and see you again next time right here on Indian Country Farms. Bye.